I would like to introduce Steven Sims.
We are on an incredible block in southeast Evanston. We are 2 blocks from Lake Michigan, and all the houses on the street, or most of them, are historic homes.
Today we are doing this video mostly because of this unique home, historic home. Please show it to us.
Let's take a look inside this wonderful historic home. There's many architectural details in the home and special features which I will point out as we walk through. The front door, it's a double parlor entry, so there's another front door with a vestibule in between. It's a piece of leaded glass. This is all brass that needs to be shined up and redone. Kind of reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, like, who rang that bell? At any rate, you could see the ornateness of the lock here, and this is all original too. I'm sure that the new buyers during the renovation will completely strip the door and renew it back to its original state. So let's go in and take a look. So this is the first entryway here, and then there's a second entryway here with another door that is also original. And it's a beautiful door. It's in better shape because it didn't get weathered by the exterior. So as we walk in, I love the wallpaper. And the wallpaper's on the ceiling, the wallpaper's on the walls. I don't know it was original when my buyers bought the house. My buyers lived here for 50 years, and now they have both passed, and the son is the trustee of the house who is selling it to the new owners. But you can see that everything is wood and it has magnificent detail in it, and the arches are wonderful, and everyone who's taken a look at the house always comments about that. You could see that they emulated and copied the arches that go into the kitchen over there. So we're going to walk into a very generous, large foyer. There is an electrical outlet on the floor, which they often did in these historic homes, because they would often have a round table here with a floral arrangement and sometimes a light on the table that they could plug in. It kind of reminds me of walking into the lobby of a Four Seasons hotel. So when we walk into the grand lobby over here, it gives you entrances into your very grand sized rooms. When the house was built, they would call these rooms parlors, and they would call the bedrooms up on the second floor chambers. We do have architectural drawings that are down on the lower level that will stay with the house. They're original from, I think the house was built about 1897. We'll take a look at those in a little bit. So the first room I'm going to take you in is the living room. So we're now standing in the entrance of the living room from the dining room. The dining room is a formal dining room, leaving the living room to be a grand size to have wonderful socialization prior to having dinner. Excuse the boxes, but the seller is getting ready to vacate the house for the new buyers on closing day, which is about the end of the month. When I first walked in here, there was leaves in the dining room table, and it extended to a very large table that could seat 18 people. There are wonderful pocket doors that do open up here, and if you just look at some of the accessories into the pocket doors, they just don't make hardware like this today. So they would close off this pocket door, and they would also close off this pocket door. When the guests were socializing in the living room, the dining room would be closed off, and they weren't able to see it until it was time for dinner. So this beautiful original built-in in the dining room is like a cupboard. They have a display section with shelves, as well as many drawers on the bottom where you could store all of your fine china, silverware. There are some hardware that is missing from this, but there are many antique stores in the Chicago area where you could probably replace the exact hardware and have it brought back to its original state.
This is actually something very unique. This is what we had back in my home country in
radiant heat?
Soviet Union. When I was born, we had radiant heat. We don't have central air, and it's actually very good. It doesn't make air dry.
They say that radiant heat and space-back air conditioning, Natasha, are really the best of both worlds, because when you have forced air heat, it goes on and off and there's pockets of cold. Radiant heat is constant, so it stays on all the time and there's no cold air pockets.
Yep. And what I noticed in this house, that it has lots of antiques and it has modern art, and those two worlds, they meet and combine so well here.
That's a very good point. Mm-hmm. So we're going to walk back into the foyer over here. So we're going to walk through here, and there is a powder room on the right, and then we are going to walk into the kitchen. And the kitchen has obviously been redone. We're not exactly sure the year that it was redone. We're thinking maybe about 15, 18 years ago, but it was done with very fine craftsmanship. And if somebody wanted to take the kitchen out, they could blow this whole thing out here. They could do a nice big island in the middle of the kitchen. It's really open for many different scenarios, and it all depends how you want to live. Today, people like that open feeling. It's also a possibility to take out the powder room behind this wall, make this all open, or you could even extend the kitchen this way, because there is an exterior porch that you could make interior and blow out this whole wall here, making this a big kitchen great room. So the possibilities are endless, but I think people want to still keep the grandeur of a revival colonial house. Okay, so when they were doing the renovation of the kitchen, they replaced the sliding glass door, but they were sure to keep the original beveled glass above the door, which is absolutely beautiful, and there are no cracks or breaks in it, which makes it extra special. You could see these holes in the wall up here, and this is what is called space-pack air conditioning, which is a form of central air conditioning for an older house. So instead of having ductwork where the air comes through, you have these holes that they build soffits for to put them in, so a house this age could have central air because they weren't built that way.
Stephen, everybody is curious how much was it listed for, and did you have hard time to figure out what the price would be?
The way that I usually approach a house of this nature,
which is like very unique home,
it is
and
a
it's
unique
hard
home,
to price.
and what I do is I get in a pricing team. So I call in the top producers from my company in the Evanston area, and I think I had 6 or 7 for this home, and everybody powwows and they look around the house and then they come up with a price. Once I receive that range of prices, I talk with the seller and we decide what to list it for.
Yeah, we cannot disclose at this moment for how much it's going to sell, but you guys will know soon.
Once it becomes public, then everybody can know what it sells for, but not until closing day.
As a flipper, actually, Steven reached out to me if there's any interest for me to renovate this home. And I believe it was maybe 800,000 or $1 million in remodeling, but it was a little bit challenge for me because it's historical. So I was a little bit afraid to take over, but I am glad someone is not afraid. Is it end user?
It is an end user, and I think you're a little bit high in the renovation. I think the renovation could be different depending on what someone wanted to do with it. The house has great bones. So if somebody wanted to put $300,000 or $350,000 into the house, they could live very comfortably. If somebody wanted to start ripping the walls out and putting in new plumbing and putting on a new roof, yeah, they could get up to $700,000-800,000 in renovation. So I think there's a wide range depending on how the house is going to be used.
But you know me, the way I do it,
if you're going to flip it, yes.
Yeah, my way, then yeah.
Yes, and you build a beautiful project.
A brand new home. But this kitchen is lovely. It's very functional. It has all high-end stainless steel appliances, super clean. It's a beautiful stone. What is it, Steven? Is it
It's a granite.
It's a granite.
It's a granite stone. People are using colors today in cabinetry. So, I mean, I could see a painter coming in and even painting these cabinets, putting on maybe a Carrara marble or quartz on the countertop. The high-end appliances are perfectly fine, so they really don't have to replace them. We have Viking hood and Viking range here, and over here we have a Wolf double oven. So the fridge is sub-zero, so you could really keep the appliances and you could do a renovation of the existing kitchen for a very reasonable price. So I want to take you into a very special room in the house, and it seems to be most of the buyers who are walking through the house favorite. And that is the library. So the library, again, has this very unique antique wallpaper. They even wallpapered the ceiling in here, and a master carpenter came in and built all of these bookshelves because the original owners of the house loved to read, as well as my sellers of the house today. There is a wood-burning fireplace in this room, and they actually made a spot here for a television. And most of the house has these wonderful bow windows over here, which people have also loved. These windows happen to have been replaced at some point, but there's a lot of windows in the house that are still original. So this has been a favorite for almost everyone who has walked into the house. It's versatile, so people could use it as a library, as a quiet room, as a yoga room, as a den, as a home office, as many people are working out of their home today. How would you use it?
Oh, like cold winter days, like start fireplace, cup of hot tea, and interesting book. And they have amazing collection here.
Do you want to go upstairs? Come on, let's take a look upstairs. They have this chair rail here because the woman had passed on before her husband did, and she did not want to leave this house for one day. So she didn't, and she had the chair rail installed so she would have access upstairs to her bedroom to sleep. This is another unique feature, this window over here.
I thought it's me.
You are unique, Natasha. But again, we have the beveled glass in here, which is original. The bench over here is original, where people could take a break and have a seat. So let's go on upstairs. Another original fixture to the home, and we have a large entry to all the bedrooms here as well. Some people might say that it's wasted space, but it was room for everybody not to get into a traffic jam while they are going to their own bedrooms, or at the time they called them chambers. This used to be a 5-bedroom house on this floor with 2 more bedrooms up on the 3rd floor, which made it a 7-bedroom house and 4.5 baths. The entrance to the 5th bedroom on this floor was behind the door here, right over here. And when we get into the primary bedroom, you'll see how they closed this door off and made the 5th bedroom a walk-in closet to the primary bedroom. So the 1st bedroom over here, which is a very nice size, has an ornamental fireplace.
Wow, so beautiful and unique.
Very large room. Again, the bow window. You know, and the bow windows are carried out throughout the house. Hardwood floors everywhere, as I had said before. Going through here, I will call it a shared bathroom over here.
So we can share it?
Well, you could
It's
share
only one toilet here and one sink.
Well, you could share this bathroom with the other bedrooms.
With you, I can share anything.
Or we can shut this door off and maybe drywall it and make this a private suite. So we could do that too. What the new owners are going to do with it is behind this bathroom, there's a bathroom for the primary bedroom. They're going to break through the wall and they're going to make a very large, luxurious bathroom for the primary suite, which we are going to walk into right now. So here we have the primary suite. And over on this side is the primary bathroom. So we could take a look in here. And we're going to bust through, so this whole wall over here, this will all become primary. We are changing our language in real estate like we're changing our language in the world right now. So it's going to be a primary luxurious bathroom behind this wall. And then when we walk over to the walk-in closet that used to be the 5th bedroom on this floor. There is a sitting area, and let me show you, Natasha. Right now there are 2 grand size walk-in closets.
Okay.
We don't call them his and hers anymore because they could be his and his, they could be hers and hers, they could be anything. Well, and what my clients, or not my clients, but the buyer's agent clients are going to do, they're going to take this wall down, they're going to open it all up, they're going to put in closet organizers, and this is all going to be a grand closet
Oh, okay.
when you walk through the door. So
That
it's
makes
going to
sense. Yep.
really be magnificent. So it's a great space. And there's this bow window over here because it emulates the bow windows in every other room when this used to be a bedroom.
These windows are gonna be very expensive to replace.
Yes, and these are original. These are original windows.
But this town supports, the location supports the value of the home
It certainly does.
tremendously. Yeah.
It certainly does. Let's take a look at the other 2 bedrooms on this floor.
So we have 4 bedrooms on
We have
second.
4 bedrooms now on this floor. It used to be 5 bedrooms. There's a door here to the other 2 family bedrooms, and the reason they did that so the children could be separated from the adults, from the parents. The way people live today, I don't think they'd have this door. So I think what the new buyers are going to do is take out this whole wall over here and just make it more welcoming from the other bedrooms into the 2 bedrooms past here. Let me just get some lights on in here.
Because I was thinking, does it make sense maybe expand the size of these bedrooms? But it doesn't because they are good size, right?
They're nice sized bedrooms. There's
Yep.
really not a small bedroom in the house. And then this bathroom, there used to be a tub in here. They took the tub out because this is the bathroom that the missus used and she was in a wheelchair. So they had to take the tub out so she could access the sink and the toilet while she was in her wheelchair. So there's plumbing here to put back in a tub or a luxurious shower, which many people are doing today.
It's interesting. It's the first time I see carpet in a bathroom.
Yes, yes, many people have commented on that. And we are almost positive that there's hardwood floor under all of the carpeting. So it's a nice sized bedroom and everything is tree lined outside because Evanston is an old community. So we have full mature trees outside, which people love, and to see all the greenery.
How tall are the ceilings? I believe it's 9 foot tall, right?
I believe that they're 9 foot tall, maybe 10, but maybe somewhere in between. And this is the 4th bedroom over here, which obviously the floors are going to be redone, the rooms are going to be repainted, new windows will probably be put in where the old ones are, and make it really a home for today.
Yeah, lots of closet space, right?
Okay, let's go up to the 3rd floor. It's a very large home.
How many square feet?
You know, I want to say that it's about between 4,000 and 5,000 square feet.
Without basement.
Not the basement, and the basement is partially finished.
So what do we have here? How many bedrooms?
So we
on third?
have a bedroom on this side. We have a bedroom on this side over here. We have 2 large storage rooms across over here. And then we have another bedroom on this size. And where the ceilings on the 3rd floor could be low, they're really nice sized ceilings over here. So you actually could have 2 nice sized bedrooms. There is also another bathroom in the bedroom we just visited.
Can I see the lake from this window?
Well, I think you'd have to have all the leaves fall in order to get a small glimpse of it.
Yes.
But you could walk there within minutes.
Yeah, but lake is very close and Evanston has great beach.
So let's take a look downstairs. I don't like calling downstairs a basement. I like calling it lower level.
Okay, let's call it lower level.
Okay.
There's
What's nice here too is there's a laundry room on the main floor.
Yeah,
Some
people
people like it on the bedroom floor. You could move it up if you wanted to. There's plenty of room. But right now, at least it's on the main floor and not downstairs.
So in my main project, which is in Des Plaines, house is going to be 8,000 square foot. And I have laundry on the main floor and I'm planning to have another one on 2nd floor.
That's a great idea. And maybe the buyers will consider keeping this and also putting something upstairs. But you could always change this to a powder room or a full bath. Sometimes people have older parents that they might put in the den, and it'd be nice to have a full bath on this floor.
I learn so much from Steven every time I see him.
Well, I appreciate that, Natasha, and I'm going to teach you more as life goes on. This is the creepy part of the basement. I'll call it a creepy old basement because that's how like kids look at it, although they like to play hide and seek in basements like this too. This is the finished part of the basement, and the wonderful thing about this is that it has tall ceilings. And these basements usually didn't have tall ceilings, and a lot of times you would have to duck to walk in them. So it's a very usable basement. As you could see, the seller is collecting everything and putting it together, getting rid of it, giving it to family, giving it to friends, to clear the house out for possession of the new buyers. What I love most about this basement is that we have original architectural drawings of the house on the wall. Oh. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawings of the house. And like I told you before, this is the second floor, and when it was originally drawn out, they called the bedrooms chambers. Owner chamber, guest chamber, chamber, den, that was the 5th bedroom that I told you about when we were upstairs, and they called this a sewing room. So instead of calling them all bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, they were called chambers. Now, the next architectural drawing over here, they called the foyer a reception hall, which I think is kind of interesting. Maybe they dance there. Going on over here, they called dining room, library, porch, kitchen, reception room, and parlor. They called it a parlor, so that's what I had told you before. Because there's more of the architectural drawings, and here you could see the original front of the house. Oh, and here we're gonna find out who the architect was, and that is J.C. Lane, architect. And it was originally built for the McW.E. Hills residence. So this is the front and back of the house. These drawings will stay with the house because they're no use to anybody else but the owner who lives here.
What kind of equipment is that?
This over here happens to be a brand new boiler, and the boiler services the radiators and it produces heat for the house. So it's a big expense that the seller has already replaced the boiler.
Just recently?
Last year. So it was replaced last year, as well as the hot water heater. There's a full security system in the house. This is the box for that. And then up here on the ceiling is a whole house humidifier for the house. The house has never had flooding or major seepage, which is incredible for a house this age.
House this age and house sitting so close to the lake, right?
Yes. So your standard lot in Evanston is usually 50 by 150. This lot is 50 by 167. So you're gaining an extra 16 feet on a corner lot, which is very unusual. Lush landscaping lends to a beautiful view from the rooms inside the house, and then they built this wonderful deck that with a little bit of power washing and staining, it will even look much better. This is the porch that I talked about when I was inside, that people have talked about closing in and making it a part of the kitchen, or just leaving it as it is and screening it in to have a screen porch out here to avoid all the mosquitoes and bugs that could get in. But all the plantings in the yard are perennials, so they do come back every year. I think the coach house, Natasha, is so cute. Oh, not coach house, garage.
Garage, but we were thinking before to build something above garage because Evanston allows it, and there is opportunity to rent that space for something like Airbnb. We discussed that idea, but I believe many towns now, they put a ban on Airbnb. Unfortunately, but that was the idea.
But like Natasha said, Evanston has gotten more lenient about coach houses, and we're almost sure that you could put a second floor on the garage, make the coach house, rent it out, and it would certainly pay for the year's taxes plus more.
Oh, how much are the taxes?
The taxes on this house, the last most attainable tax bill was about $21,300.
Which is not bad.
No,
Today I
not
look
at all.
houses in the area, 48,000, 55,000.
That's right. Okay, so in conclusion of this colonial revival historic home, I just want to say that I am so excited that we're getting a new buyer in here so they can do all of the necessary cosmetic renovations to the house and bring it back to its natural grandeur. Don't you think it's going to be incredible, Natasha?
It is, and it would be actually great to see it after the renovation is done. Thank you so much for showing this to us.
Absolutely.
And maybe we see something else unique in the future.
We will.